Hello, this is Aleph Talks, and we're back again with a freestyle podcast. So we've got no subject. We're just gonna talk about whatever. Can't remember what I learned. Oh no! I was talking about how Jesus was crucified and stuff, and they drew lots for his clothes or something like that.
I remember that.
And it reminds me of that time where I don't know what we were studying. I think it was Isaiah or something. And then we were talking about it with Alistair. And he mentioned that Jesus was like really naked.
He was naked.
Yeah.
They took his clothes because they wanted... His clothes were made of good material.
Yeah. So Jesus was like really naked.
For reals.
Like for real.
Not like your usual cloth.
No, it was like butt naked. And it reminded me of that he suffered the most humiliating death and stuff for us. I was like, whoa, again, put back in there those feelings. Also, I haven't been reading Job recently, and I feel slack about it. But it's because, like, I haven't been feeling the Bible plan.
I get you.
But I've been forcing myself to read it.
Yeah.
But I'm like, whoa.
Yeah, when you do read it.
Yeah, obviously. But it's just that sometimes I'm like, do I have to read it today?
Yeah.
But
you do.
That's a natural, I'm lazy feeling. So.
I get that. I'm still reading Deuteronomy and Acts, and I came to this one chapter in Deuteronomy that was 2 pages. I was looking at it, I was like, I don't want to read this.
Two, one on one side and the other side?
Yeah.
And then another one?
No, double sided, because usually they're not that long. They're about like a page.
In Deuteronomy?
Yeah. And I was like, oh my gosh. But I read it anyway. And
of course.
It was really intense because it talked about how Moses was telling the people that if they follow God's like mitzvah, his like commandments and stuff, then blessed they would be and all these blessed parts. And then the other half was, if you don't, cursed be the man who does this. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was so intense to read.
I like that the Bible talks about the benefits and the non-benefits.
Yeah.
Or the benefits and the consequences.
Yeah.
It's really like you have to see both sides. You can't just see one.
Yeah, because it gives a really good rounded idea of everything. Because it had like really descriptive language as well about how, there's one part I really liked, it talked about how the rain in Israel would become dust.
Whoa, that's cool.
I was like, whoa.
That sounds like it'd be really cool to animate.
Yeah, it would be.
We should make a Bible story animation.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We should make one where like it talks about that stuff. Like I don't want to say coming out of Egypt because like that's such a typical, everyone's animated that kind of thing. I want to find like a really unique Bible story.
The one where Jesus makes the whip.
That's really cool.
I love that one.
But I don't know if anyone's ever made when Judas betrays him.
Yeah.
Because that'd be cool. Because it's a whole, and then it could be a short story. Like it doesn't have to be a full 2-hour movie
or anything.
Yeah.
But it'd be interesting because, like, you do get to see some cool animations that people try to put forward.
Also, I didn't know anything about that before I read that part.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about it till you told me, so I still gotta read it.
So that means that there's heaps of people that don't know about it because they don't read the Bible.
That'd be fun on its own. Like, if we ever got good at reading the Bible and stuff, and learned a lot, to create a series of some sort.
Yeah, like an anime thing?
Yeah. And then people can learn the Bible just by watching.
Yeah.
But obviously best to go read.
Yeah.
At the end of every episode, go read it.
Yes. That would be cool. I think because, anime is such a wide platform. Everyone, there's so many different types and everyone loves...
There's heaps of stuff for kids.
Yeah.
But we need some stuff for those teenagers who are too lazy to pick up a book and read.
But if they think something's cool...
Obviously.
I mean, surely there's some people that would think like this.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen that series called Bible Tales or something? And there's this part where this guy kissed the dude who I think is Jesus. And then someone's ear got chopped off and you're like, what?
I thought this was a Bible story.
And then they're like, yeah, apparently that's in the Bible. But they said read it. And it was like, John, Luke, Matthew, there was heaps of parts in the Bible that I had to read, and I was like, but if you read it, I'll read it. Like, that's the kind of things that kids do, you know?
It's actually funny. I think it would be really fun to produce something like that one time in our life.
Yeah, I think that's the whole reason I want to be an animator. Because I never thought of making movies like that until we came up with Hardetic.
Yeah. I like that kind of, those ideas kind of like revitalized my want to
Animate?
To animate and make stories and stuff, because obviously I don't want to be an animator.
Yeah.
And I love my stories, but I wasn't like motivated anymore. But knowing that there's, you know, with God and how much we love him and stuff, there's just so much I want to do surrounding him.
Yeah.
It's always new stuff.
Yeah, and that's what makes up Aleph Tav.
Yeah.
And what makes up Aleph Talks.
Yeah, pretty much.
Since we have it recorded, we have a memory that we have to do this animation series on the Bible stories.
That'd be so cool.
Like just 20-minute
episodes,
yeah.
Could you imagine it being as long as One Piece?
Oh my goodness.
Because
there is so much in the Bible.
The Bible's huge, and if it's 20-minute episodes, we're going to get like half a chapter in each episode.
And it'll be like arcs. There'll be so many arcs.
Oh, I need to reread Genesis there.
Yeah, I definitely need to. I was like...
I zoomed through
I was blinded.
Yeah, it's like I didn't even take anything in.
Man, we honestly suck at referencing the Bible.
Like, it's in there, you know. It's just our brains can't hold it accurately. That can be really frustrating sometimes.
It is. Like, I want to be trustworthy enough that what I say isn't blasphemous.
You know, like, you mess up sometimes, of course. And, like, I was watching this guy on YouTube.
Yeah.
He's like this lecturer. And he just pulls Bible verses out of nowhere. Chapters, verses, and everything. I'm like, what?
Like, I get that it's our fault because we don't read, I don't know, like we don't memorize it or anything. But obviously our point of reading the Bible is not to memorize it, it's just to understand. It's our first time reading the Bible, so naturally when you first read something you just want to see what it is about. And
then we can go back over it another time. Yeah.
Because we are new to this stuff.
It does get a little annoying though, especially when I want to articulate what I'm saying.
And Bible proof, you know?
Yeah. But it's coming out as all this mumble jumble.
That's the worst, man.
Yeah. But I guess the words come out the way they need to.
Yeah. Oh yeah. In the Bible, in the part I read, I know for sure this is in there. I don't know what part of it because all the Gospels are relatively similar. But Jesus talks about not to be weary, that the Holy Spirit will give them the words. Whoever I can't remember what person it was, but he was like, the Holy Spirit will give you the words you need at the time that you need them.
Yeah.
So don't worry about your speech. I was like, it's the same. Like, we don't have to be cautious.
Yeah. It's not our job to lead people.
No, we're just...
It's not...
We're just this thing.
Yeah.
Whatever you call it. If you could see us.
Conversing, we're just...
The vessel. Yeah. Yeah, is that the word?
Kind of, yeah.
I don't want to say tool.
Yeah. Vessel's kind of the same as a tool.
Like, it's like...
It feels less usy.
Yeah, I don't want... God's not using us like tools.
He has a relationship with us. He works through us.
Oh, yeah.
He works through us. So, yeah, it's kind of like a vessel.
Yeah. Hopefully... Well, I don't think we'll be leading anyone astray with our podcasts.
Yeah.
Because first of all, no one's listening to them. And,
at least no one who really doesn't really know stuff.
Yeah. And second of all, God will send the right people who need to hear what we need to say.
Yeah.
And if we were saying wrong stuff, he'd tell us somehow.
Yeah. I pray that he tells us we're not saying
blasphemous stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think God would just let us be like this. We have free will and stuff, but we don't want to be against God. Yeah. So he wouldn't let us be against him, I think. He
has given his followers and stuff the Holy Spirit so that we're able to I guess he's able to help us understand things better.
We're praying anyway.
Yeah, 'cause even though this is really just us talking about different stuff, we are sharing it for people to listen to. So obviously, it can be concerning sometimes. Like the thoughts come along.
Yeah, but it's also majorly for us to develop.
Yeah, because these kinds of conversations that are more focused usually, besides this one,
Yeah.
help understand a lot of different things.
Yes.
Get our thoughts out there. You don't really realize how unfocused conversations can be sometimes.
I think we notice it a lot though, because
Yeah.
our conversations are very unfocused, almost all the time. By the way, I just thought of something really unfocused.
Yeah.
I really want to get a new desk, like a bigger one. Just in general. Like when I move and pimp my room out again.
I want a bigger desk. But I got no space. If I was going to move my room around, I'd probably get a new bed. So I have more space for cupboards and stuff.
Yeah, I think you getting a new bed would be beneficial.
I know, it's just that I like my teddy bears.
Yeah, you're very attached to them.
Yeah. I was noticing that the other day. So I was treating my soft toys too nicely. It's the best way I can put it without sounding that weird.
I think you should think about getting rid of some.
Yeah, I have been. I've been thinking about the ones that aren't specifically gifts and the ones that aren't that significant to me.
They shouldn't be that significant.
Yeah. Which is like significant with like memories.
Oh yeah. Sentimental.
Yeah. Which is a lot. I'm pretty sure it's a good 70% of the soft toys I got.
Well, hoarding's not good.
Yeah, I know. I think that's a lot better now because I still do, but hoarding is a hard thing to get away from. It can be so subtle sometimes. Because obviously soft toys doesn't seem that bad. I'm 20 years old though.
It only doesn't seem that bad when you have the amount of soft toys I have.
Yeah.
It seems very bad when you have yours.
Yeah. For me, it's funny that people think you have a lot, right? And you do. And you got 7.
I have 11 actually, but yeah.
11?
I have small ones over there.
Oh, okay. But I've got 52. And that's the issue. It's not like I can get rid of them, I'm sure, now. Just I don't want to put them in the bin.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
it's such a waste of teddy bear.
Yeah. If I was going to throw them out, I'd at least harvest the fluff inside so I can make my own for people's gifts and stuff.
So you can make your own to hoard.
I'm just transferring the body to another.
It is very worrying when you have subtle addictions like that. Because you've obviously had teddy bears your whole life.
Yeah.
So it's hard to just stop having teddy bears.
Yeah. And I know where a lot of my issues for wanting to have them so much comes from. So it's hard to
let go.
Yeah.
But also, I think having stuff like that just might mentally affect you. Because, first of all, your room's really cluttered.
Yeah.
So that might be why you can't focus a lot of the time. Even though you've lived with it.
My whole life.
But you've always not focused. That kind of thing.
That's why I like being at school because there's nothing to look at.
So that's why it can be, psychologically intense or whatever. Because I get that. And we both have claustrophobia.
Yeah,
so it's understandable.
I only like them, they have to be tidy, of course, because I've got OCD with it. But it's annoying how much comfort they bring, which is an issue in itself.
Yeah.
Because they're soft toys. It's not the kind of comfort this is so soft. It's
I feel better now that I still have them.
Yeah.
That is pretty cringy when you think about it.
Yeah.
But I just mean if you're getting so distracted by stuff in your room, you should get rid of it because they're just materialistic things.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem very it's not good to be attached to those materialistic things
like that
in a bad way.
Yeah. Because it's different. How I treat my soft toys is very different from how I treat my figurines, for example, right?
Mm.
Obviously, my figurines are like collectibles.
They're just like...
They're there, I dust them.
You say hi to them.
Like, I'm just like, I can't believe I spent so much money on you.
Yeah.
And I'm appreciative of the art of it, you know. Like,
Yeah.
That's what it is. The soft toys, it's like, I love them. Not like love as in like human love, just like...
But like you just want to hug them.
Yeah, sentimental. Because I've always been a very sentimental person.
Yeah, I get that.
And to a point, it's not bad.
Mm.
The sentimentality is nice.
Yeah.
In its own way. But I can't hold sentiment for a toy that I found in an op shop. That's called projecting issues onto soft toys.
I can't tell if it's bad or not.
Mm.
I just think it's weird because I'm not like that. So
I get that.
I don't know if spiritually it's bad for you or not. I know that your first priority is God, so that's good. But there are other things that affect your spiritual well-being other than that.
Yeah. Well, I do plan to get rid of them once the op shops are open up and stuff.
Oh, that's a good step.
Yeah. Because, like, I've been looking at a few of the ones that I've had for, like, a long time that I bought myself. So they're not, like, super important to me.
Mm. If they are too old, they
Just
could be dangerous for kids.
Yeah. I've looked at some of them. Some of them are not okay for kids to have. I'll throw those out.
Yeah.
I might just harvest their bits.
And wash them.
Yeah, because I like to sew. So. It's really weird that we can
infringement intended.
Anyway, it's really weird that we can have things like that in our life.
Mm.
Just things you wouldn't really notice beforehand. Like I already knew that I hoarded.
Yes.
But like where the specific things that I hoarded, how they played parts in my life.
I have a very book hoarding problem.
There's a lot of books you haven't even read yet.
Yes, there's a lot of books. I just have this, because I'm OCD, I like to have similar sized things, and books obviously are the same most of the time.
Yeah.
So I like how it looks on a shelf.
Yeah.
Also, I really love shelves, so...
I don't even know where to start. Like, it's such a weird thing. Like, I love shelves. They're just perfect for everything.
There's no problem.
You can do everything with a shelf.
In my ideal house, I want a whole room. I want a whole library in my house.
Wall, that's just shelf.
Wall to wall, mate. But you know, whatever.
Weird things.
Like, I don't think it's wrong that I like collecting books.
Mm.
Just like figurines and stuff.
Books have more use than figurines anyway. But they kind of work for the same purpose. Like, I'm not particularly entertained by my figurines, but they're an art that I like to look at.
I don't read those books. But most of them were given to me.
Yeah.
So that's where it started. Because when I was in high school, I wanted to be a doctor. So my mum gave me heaps of anatomy books.
Yeah.
And then I read a little bit of some of them. But then I got a shelf, and then I got books that I liked for like $1 at the library and stuff. And then I got given a whole box of books, and I love the smell of them.
I am totally a hoarder of books. It took me so long. I think I've gone through like 3 or 4 waves of cleaning out my room.
I think I know of 3 of them.
Yeah.
3 of your waves. Yeah.
You know, just slowly detaching myself from meaningless things.
I think in general though, I can get rid of these books, but only if I fill the shelves again.
Yeah.
With other books. Not because I'm not attached to the books.
Yeah.
I just
the need to have it
complete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Completion disorder, I told you.
But it's like, okay.
At least it's not controlling your life, you know?
Yeah, correct.
That's hard, figuring out that something's taking over big portions of your life.
It's especially hard when you don't realise what it's taken away from you spiritually.
Yeah.
Because if you're stuck in this whole need to finish things, and you've already started stuff before you become a Christian or whatever, then it could take you like 3 whole years to start reading the Bible.
Yeah.
Because you've got 10 billion other books that you started reading.
And like even if you read the Bible out of completion, out of the need to complete things,
You're not genuinely reading.
Yeah, you're not looking to Jesus, who is our goal.
You know what Alistair said in church?
Yeah.
That really got me. He was like, Jesus isn't the end or the goal. He's the beginning.
Yeah,
and I was
that's
like,
so intense.
Mind blowing.
Every single time like those kinds of things pop up, Jesus is cool, man.
I love the people that Jesus has put in our lives.
Yeah, I feel so blessed.
It just makes me worship more.
Yeah, like
I guess that's the point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like even our friendship. Like I was talking to you about it last night. It's just amazing that we're friends.
Yeah.
Like even like Zaria and Connor as well. Like
I hope Connor comes to learn to appreciate all the signals we've given her.
Yeah.
Because that's what I feel like towards Azaria. Because obviously she taught us a lot of stuff to do with God because she's Christian.
Over the time.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it. Like I can look back on it and see the value in the things she had said to us. You know.
I was thinking recently because when I first became Christian, I agreed with the no sex before marriage thing, but I was okay with living together.
Yeah. I remember that. That was intense.
Yeah, because I was like, how are you supposed to know someone if you don't
live with them?
Live
Because
with them.
there's that idea that you never know someone until you live with them.
Yeah, because also I had only lived with my family.
And
I knew them to the day.
So well.
Yeah, I know them so well. And I wouldn't choose them to be my family because of how much I know them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But obviously, that's also a lie. I would choose them because there's no one else I'd rather
have as a family. I get you.
But I was like, okay, whatever. You do you and I'll do me. But thinking about it, it makes so much sense.
Because if you don't want to have sex before marriage,
it's just a waste of.
Why would you put yourself in such a tempting situation?
Yeah, it's a waste of resisting temptation.
Every single day you see them, but you can't
touch them.
There's
also, accidentally seeing them in certain ways that might entice something. Yeah, I fully agree with this right now.
Yeah, and I think our friendship group kind of proves that you don't really need to live with someone that much to get to know them. We hung out all the time, but we never actually lived together.
Yeah.
Yet we know each other
inside out.
Yeah.
I guess it's more of a connection thing.
Yeah. I'm still grateful for it.
I live with Connor, and
you've learned more.
Yeah, I've learned what's annoying about her, and she's learned what's annoying about me.
But it's a time thing, really.
Yeah.
You could not live together and still learn that much. And it's about effort, of course.
And it's also about what kind of situations arise.
Yeah.
Even I could have learned the stuff that I find annoying if we just on a trip. Because she, that time she left the wipes open.
Yeah.
That could have happened any time. Not just when we're living together.
Yeah, there was that time we had that whole I don't like to drink water incident at age. That would never have happened. I feel like even if we lived together. That's such a camp vibe.
Yeah, that's a camp vibe. Anyways, I stand corrected to myself 2 years ago.
Yeah.
I was incorrect then. But even thinking about it now, I didn't have enough guts back then to say that I was wrong.
I get you.
I feel really matured now from where I was then.
Yeah.
Which is a natural, you're supposed to be matured. But I feel it because I never used to be able to stand down from situations like that.
That's why I'm so surprised that we're friends, because I was super stubborn as well. But obviously not as aggressively as you are. Just childish.
Of course I'm still stubborn.
Yeah.
But
it's an attribute we have.
It's for correct stuff now.
Yeah. Friendships definitely help you learn to compromise. Definitely, because you have to accept that we're so different.
They're also kind of the step before marriage.
Totally.
Because you can still not be friends, which is scary if you like them as a friend. but they're not committed to being a friend because they're not married to you, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it's not like we're not husband and wife. We're just friends. And if you get to the point where it's too much of being stubborn, it's scary to think that your friend cannot be your friend now because you were too stubborn and you didn't compromise with them.
Like, I think, thinking, applying that to our friendship, for example, like, it'd be so intense to not be friends anymore.
It would be.
We're so close. Yeah, we might get annoyed at each other and stuff, but I hope nothing that serious ever arises.
I can't think of a situation where it would.
Yeah, we've had a lot of conversations about this. I think that's what it should be like with, like, dating and stuff. Yeah. That you should be talking about these random scenarios, what ifs, for the sake of learning about each other.
But not dwelling on it.
Yeah, just like, if I did this, how would you react?
Yeah.
And then you learn about each other.
That's what also is so comforting about marriage too. Because you are just friends who are attracted to each other.
Yeah.
But you've chosen to be committed forever.
Yeah.
And even if you're being stubborn, they have to stay with you because that's what God said.
Yeah.
Which I can't wait to get married.
Yeah, and that's why there's so much importance on marriage as well. Like, we don't want people to be... Like, God doesn't want us to be flimsy with marriage.
No.
That's why, you know, we can consult people about the person we're with.
Yeah, that's why we need discernment.
Yeah.
Friends to tell us if we're infatuated or not.
Because, like, you know, like I said, that one time I read in a book that a couple got together and they didn't even know that one of them wanted to go do missions, missionaries overseas, and the other person didn't want that, but they were married.
Yeah.
Like, how could you miss such a big detail?
Because people don't communicate about dumb stuff like we do.
Yeah, we talk so much trash.
I feel like I would miss the kind of big detail that I'd miss from my husband is his birthday or something.
I feel that. I feel like I'd ask if they like water or not before I find out their birthday or something.
Yeah, like, we'd have a whole conversation about not cheating and that God wants us to get married because it's better to have sex in a marriage than outside of marriage. And all the typical we're gonna get married eventually things. But then...
Not ask him how old he is.
Yeah. Or like, his birthday will come up and he'll be like, what's up? He'll be like, it's my birthday. I'm like, what?
You never told me your birthday.
I don't know what the requirements are to be a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're supposed to know your boyfriend's birthday.
I don't know.
I've never been a girlfriend before. So.
Yeah, I feel like.
But that's alright. God's timing.
God has his plans for us.
God's got us. I trust that. So.
Yeah, but of course, that's always a funny subject to talk about because we know God has a plan for us, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't...
We should be stagnant or anything.
Yeah, like, if we want a relationship and stuff, we have to try and not look like walking trash bags.
Yeah,
as well. Like,
I try pretty hard not to look like a walking trash bag, but I'm not trying to look eligible either.
Yeah,
so that's kind of where the problem is.
It's awkward. Like,
yeah,
you don't want to make yourself. It feels awkward to say I'm dressing up because I want people to think I look nice. For the sake of looking for a partner.
Yeah. Also, it's not just a one-time effort. You have to do it all the time. Until that happens.
And, like, I want to be lazy and say they should see me how I am all the time. And just appreciate what I am.
I've said that so many times. Oh my gosh.
Because, like...
That sounds stupid now.
Like, yeah, like, I always think about it. Like, sometimes, I used to say, I want to dress... Like, I'll just dress how I normally do, which is really bad. Like, not really bad. It's decent. Just lazy. And then I'll dress up really nice that one time, and it'll be like, yo.
Wishful thinking.
Yeah. It's just wanting to avoid the awkward subject.
Mm. I think when school's on again, I'm not going to do that, but after we go shopping and buy clothes, I'm going to wear them.
Yeah. Not put them aside for a special event.
Yeah, I always do that, eh? Like, What special event am I waiting for? There's nothing. Nothing's gonna happen.
nothing that important happens in our lives.
Yeah.
The biggest events we got is birthdays.
Yeah. That's only because we go to town to eat.
Yeah. And like town's not even that special.
It's not. We go there every day.
Yeah.
The only special thing about it is we're buying food.
We want to look good for the food, okay?
Oh my gosh, it's so ridiculous. Like, when I hear us right now.
This is why you need to have trash talk, okay? Because like it helps you understand what you're actually saying.
Mm.
It's like
I feel like we haven't talked legitly like this before.
Yeah.
So it's a new conversation, and I get it.
Yeah. It's just like you don't really like you might say statements and stuff, but you never like
Flesh it out.
yeah, flesh it out and actually think about what you're saying. Like, how ridiculous is it to say, oh, if I just dress my usual trash way, they'll eventually accept me.
Or like the one time I dress greatly, they're gonna be there. Like my future husband's gonna be there, and he's gonna look at me and be like, "Whoa, cherry blossoms!" Like he's gonna love me straight away, and then God's gonna tell us that we should get married. Like what?
That's so dumb.
It sounds like a stupid anime.
Yeah, I hate that. I hate the idea of love at first sight. I'm all for. I liked you as soon as I saw you.
I was really attracted to you the first moment.
Like, you're so pretty, oh my gosh.
But you can't love someone.
Yeah, love's so much more than that. And, you know, we can always look to God for what that actually is.
Yeah.
And it's definitely not, oh my gosh, the cherry blossoms fell so perfectly towards me.
Yeah.
I don't know, like, that kind of love is like...
materialistic, superficial, dumb.
Yeah.
I don't want love like that.
Neither. Like...
It's just so, you know, what is it? Proverbs, charm is deceitful, beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. And like, I want my husband to think that about me, but I also I want him to be God-fearing as well.
Yeah.
I don't just want him to be beautiful,
Like, beauty is an extra.
Yeah, if you love God, I think you're beautiful enough.
Yeah, like, and obviously if you don't find someone attractive, even if they do love God and all those kinds of things, you should try and force yourself to like them.
You can't be with someone if you're repulsed by their presence.
And like, you might feel mean thinking that way, but it's better not to put yourself through it and them through it as well.
But yeah, my number one box to be ticked is if they love Jesus.
Yeah, that's first. That's like, oh yeah, you ask them before you even go on a date with them.
Like, I noticed you. Can you imagine if we were this bold?
I wish.
But like, I noticed you, thought you were attractive and stuff, but do you like Jesus?
Like, do you believe in God?
And then if they're like, no, I'm like, you're not that pretty. I can imagine that.
Honestly.
That'd be so ratchet. Like,
sometimes I imagine myself being that bold, but like...
Yeah, I imagine it, but it's always not gonna happen.
With those kinds of things, it can be really difficult though, because sometimes you can end up in situations where you like someone who's not Christian.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Because in those times when you know they're not Christian, you know you're doing wrong.
Yeah.
It's just hard to get over liking them.
Yeah, to put your eyes...
to the Lord.
Yeah. Because obviously there might be things about them that are nice and that might tick all those other boxes. But if it doesn't tick the most important one, then all those it feels frustrating. It's good to have standards.
Yeah,
definitely, because then if your standard is that they're a God-fearing, they love God and Jesus, then everything else you can learn later.
Yeah, and it will abide to loving Jesus, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Oh, on a different subject. I was watching this anime called Stars Align. It's a tennis one.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like I was like okay with it, because I'm really into my sports anime at the moment. And it was cool because the main guy had like these reflexes. Like the animation was pretty budge, like not budget. It was just like soft animation.
Yeah.
I like the hard animation, but I was okay with watching it as a pastime thing.
Yeah.
But then the other main guy, who's the captain of the team, is liked by another guy in the team. He's like the manager dude, and people are like mocking him and stuff for being gay, but I was like, that's ratchet, but still, like, weird. And I was like, okay, there's nothing gay's happening.
Yeah.
He just likes him. There's no, like, bad stuff happening.
Yeah.
But then there's this part where the main guy and the manager guy had to dress up as girls to go see the opponents because like the other teams weren't allowed to go look at their opponents.
Yeah.
But they dressed up as girls to like fangirl of the dudes. And everyone was like looking at them weirdly. But the guy was like, they hadn't dressed up yet. This was when he brought up the idea. And the guy was like saying, oh, these are my sister's clothes, you know. And he was saying he learnt makeup from his sisters because they did it on him as a kid, you know, older sister stuff.
Yeah.
And then the main guy started talking about how his mum has a friend who's transgender. And I was like, oh no. And then he was like, so like, it's no big deal. I was like, okay, I'm not gonna watch this anyway.
Yeah. Like, sometimes like that stuff gets into the things that you're watching. And like, it could be really cool otherwise. But when it's got those subtle messages in it, like something in you, like the Holy Spirit and everything just tells you, like, nah, stop watching, you know? Like, I think I've dropped a few things because of things like that.
I don't enjoy watching that kind of stuff, so it wasn't a big compromise on my part.
Yeah.
But it's not cool that it's just hard to think that all these kids are watching stuff like this because it's like obviously it's based, its target audience is younger than me.
Yeah.
And they're people who aren't Christian or don't have Christian role models. I guess they're easily susceptible to being roped in on ideals like that.
Definitely, because when, you know, I started watching anime and stuff when I was like 12, you get really hyped when, you know, characters like, you know, Naruto and stuff, and, you know, they get like super hype about their beliefs and their friends and all that stuff. And you know, you get a weeb
cool,
on it.
They're cool and stuff.
It's so easy if a character like that was to say, I'm gay.
Yeah.
And then, like, kids, they're just like,
oh, it must be okay because it's on TV.
Yeah, and he's cool. Like, he beats all the bad guys. And it's like...
That also leads kids to being like, oh, because they want to be like the cool guy.
Yeah.
They'll be like, oh, well, being gay is not a bad thing.
Yeah. And, like, nobody can tell me that kids aren't dumb. Okay? Like,
kids are super stupid.
Like, there are some brilliant kids, right? But they're still kids. Their brains work differently.
It's the naive dumb.
Yeah.
Like, they don't know the world. They're not street smart. Or mature enough yet.
Yeah. And, like, even us, like, we were pretty... Like, I guess our heads might have been on a bit better when we were kids.
We're still dumb, though.
Like, we have so many conversations about how ridiculous we were as kids. Like, no matter how mature you think a kid can be, they're never gonna be an adult at that age, you know? And that kind of stuff bothers me so much, because, like, you know, there's a lot of movies gonna be coming out, probably, that show gay relationships between characters on kids' movies.
LGBT friendly.
Yeah. There was, like, this post I saw on Facebook about this, one of the Disney writers talking about how it needs to be more PC. Like, show more of the LGBT community. Wow, what are they doing to kids, man? Like,
it's just not necessary for there to be that kind of thing to support something. Like, just because you think something's correct, it doesn't have to be everywhere you look.
It's like this whole...
It's like they're trying to prove that it's a thing by making it everywhere.
Yeah, it's like...
And prove that they're not the minority or something.
Yeah, and people aren't, like, particularly hating on them from my knowledge. Like, there might be some assholes, right? There's always people like that.
Yeah, of course.
Always.
For everything.
Yeah, for everything. Like, there's people in Japan who get beat up for liking anime.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a subculture of your country. What do you know? But I think most people don't want to hate on others.
No.
You know, they don't want to be like, oh, you're slightly different from me. and you have different beliefs, so I'm just going to hate you.
Just because something's not included doesn't mean everyone hates it.
Yeah.
And it's just, I guess you just have to be not sure of yourself or what you believe in to believe that everyone's got a vendetta against you.
And like I can totally relate to that in a sense, but not for that specific subject.
Yeah.
Just like that idea that everyone hates you, you know, and it comes from a type of unsurety, like you said. When you're not sure of yourself, especially if you're not sure that, like, when you don't have God, you don't have this ground.
Yeah.
Like, anyone can come over and just, like, pull the mat from under your foot.
It's really kind of, you know, immature in my eyes.
Definitely.
Like, we go to school and stuff, and no one talks about Christian stuff, but it doesn't mean I'm not Christian.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need everyone to reaffirm my faith.
And, like, I can totally appreciate shows that don't have Christianity in it at all.
There's so many that...
Yeah, there's so many. Like,
you have to be a shut-in to not to do that.
Like, you know, I even watch some shows that aren't Christian, and some of the values are obviously going to be whack.
Yeah.
But you can still appreciate it for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously there should be some stuff that you avoid as a Christian.
Like excessive sex scenes between kids. Like, oh man. The film industry's jacked.
Yeah. The type of manga that I used to read back in the day, like I used to read a lot of them just because I thought that stuff was cool. Like I was interested in it. There's a type of violence and like sexual stuff that comes with reading those kinds of manga.
I get that. And
only like a little while after becoming Christian did I start dropping them, because I realized like these are actually disgusting. A person shouldn't read things like this.
Yeah, and it's not like when you become Christian you instantly change.
Yeah, like it took ages.
Yep.
Like it took a while for that lens to come to my eyes to realize like, wow, I can't believe I'm reading this.
Or to accept that there's something wrong with it.
Because like, you know, you enjoy it so much beforehand. But then, you know, God kind of sobers you up a little bit, and then you have to accept that what you're seeing is bad.
I wonder if people would listen to this and be like, that's what they talk about normally?
But yeah.
We're like, yes, we do actually.
This is how our conversations build off each other.
Oh man, I enjoy our conversations, and it feels good to be acknowledged as mature, seeing as how we grew up with people who called us kids all the time.
And like, we were kids.
We were.
But if you're going to try and treat us like an adult while calling us kids,
it's a bit contradicting.
You can't pick something.
Yeah.
Making us confused, man.
Right, that's not our problem.
Yeah. Maturity is like a difficult subject, I think. Like, not too difficult. Just sometimes I feel like people get lost in what maturity actually is. Because sometimes it might seem mature to turn away, you know, from something.
Yeah.
From an issue. When maybe it was probably more mature to say something.
Because there are times that call for different things.
Yeah.
And being mature, if you're not, you know, sure on what it is in a situation, it could be the same as running away.
Yeah.
And you're like on the outside, it could be the same. I guess Holy Spirit, discernment, all that jazz.
Definitely. Because sometimes, you know, you think that being calm about something is like the mature thing to do. And like, you know, there's some things I look back on and I think it would have been better to say something.
Yeah.
Like I can look back on it in a mature sense and think, if I said...
In hindsight.
Yeah, in hindsight, it would have been better to say something. Not something cruel, of course. Just...
informative or...
I don't know exactly what I would have said, just as long as it wasn't something immature.
Yeah.
You know, like I hate you. You suck. You're a loser.
That's childish stuff.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think you can ever be fully mature in anything.
Yeah.
There's always times and areas where it's iffy because we don't know everything, so it is what it is. We're not perfect.
Just gotta keep talking to God and asking him how to move forward with things.
Yeah. It's a great comfort having God to talk to.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what other people talk to.
Yeah, like there's like we talked about previously, there's just a type of comfort in knowing that there's someone like God who's as powerful as he is, as caring as he is, and knows everything about us. No secrets. No like particular embarrassment. Like embarrassment, you get embarrassed sometimes.
Yeah.
But like there, you know, if he's judging you, it's good judgment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because God's good.
Yeah.
Everything he does is for the better of us.
So don't hoard.
Don't hoard.
Think about the person you're gonna marry.
Try not to have completion disorder if you can help it.
Always turn to God.
Obviously stuff like that. I don't think it's...
It depends if it's obstructing your life or not. Like there's always a point. You know?
Yeah.
Like I had OCD that bothered every second of my life. So I had to pull it in.
Yeah, well anyways. Praying is the best thing you can do when you're unsure about stuff. And when anything happens. Just in general, pray all the time.
Yeah.
Pray without ceasing.
It's relationship.
Anyways, I guess that's it for today.
Yeah.
It was great. That was a good conversation.
Yeah. Intense podcast.
Yeah. We talked about a lot of things.
Yeah, we did.
As usual. Anyways, time to say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, bye, bye. Bye. Oh, wait. Bye. Wait. There's 1 minute left. Should we wait? 1 minute?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Also, sorry for all the noise in the background. The washing was going, the garage was opening, Inigo, toys,
Train, lawnmower.
our excessive laughing, all that stuff. Noise.
Yeah.
Anyways, ciao.
Bye-bye.